had been one of the royal family's most intimidatingly polished couples, like the emperor had ordered them built in a synthesizer. Iskat bound treaties with marriages, always had, right from when the first colonists settled on the planet, and one of the unspoken reasons that Iskat had so many minor royals was to have representatives on hand when they were needed. Kiem had nothing to disqualify him. He wasn't a parent, overly religious, opposed to monogamy, gender exclusive, or embarrassingly hung up on someone else. That didn't mean he could stand in for Tom, Jainan's partner of 5 years. Ma'am, surely you need someone more dignified, suitable. Prince Vile, maybe. Or no one. Forgive me, but I don't see why we have to find him another partner. The emperor regarded Kiem as if painfully reminded of the differences between him and Prince Tom. You have not paid any attention to the political situation, then. Kiem rubbed a hand across his forehead unconsciously. The air in the emperor's rooms always felt dry and slightly too hot. Sorry. Of course not. I see you were drinking last night. At the carnival? No, Kiem heard himself sound defensive and stopped. He hadn't been falling down drunk for a long time now, but the script between him and the emperor was apparently carved in stone from back in his student days, when every summons turned out to be an imperial reprimand for his latest minor scandal. I only went for the afternoon. The emperor glanced at the shifting pictures in the press folder on the table. Press office informs me that you put on a troll costume, joined a carnival procession group, and fell in a canal in the middle of the parade. It was a kids' group, Kiem said. He would have panicked about trying to explain the newslog photos, but he didn't have any panic left over from being summarily engaged to a stranger. Their troll dropped out at the last minute. The canal was an accident. Your Majesty, I'm... He cast about desperately. Too young to get married. You are in your mid-20s, the emperor said. Do not be ridiculous. She rose from her seat with the careful smoothness of someone who received regular longevity treatments and crossed to the tower window. Kiem rose automatically when she did, but had nothing to do, so he clasped his hands behind his back. What do you know about Thea? Kiem's spinning brain tried to latch onto some relevant facts. Iskat ruled 7 planets. It was a loose, federated empire. Iskat didn't intervene in the internal affairs of its vassals, and the vassals in return kept their trade routes running smoothly and paid taxes. Thea was the newest and smallest member. It had been assimilated peacefully. The same couldn't be said of all the Empire's planets, but that had been a generation ago. It didn't usually make the headlines, and Kiem didn't pay much attention to politics. It has some nice coastland, Kiem said. All he could come up with were some tourist shots of green and sunny hills falling down to a cobalt-blue ocean, dredged up from some long-forgotten documentary, and a catchy snippet from a Thean music group. I know some of its... The emperor didn't listen to music groups. Popular culture? Even he winced at hearing how that sounded. That wasn't the basis for a relationship. The emperor examined him like she was trying to figure out how his parents' genes had produced something so much less than the sum of their parts. She looked away, back to the view outside. Come here. Kiem obediently crossed to the window. Below, the city of Arlusk sprawled under a snow-heavy sky, pale even through the light-optimizing glass. The grand state buildings jutted up through the city like veins of marble emerging from rock, 200 years older than anything else in the sector, with a jumble of newer housing blocks nestled around them. The first real snow of the long winter had fallen yesterday. It was already turning to slush in the streets. The emperor ignored all of that. Her gaze was fixed on the far side of the city, where the spaceport spilled down the side of a mountain like an anthill. Silver flashes of shuttles came and went above it, while berthed ships were nestled in huge bays dug into the mountainside.